Hi everybody, you are watching this video because you want to do the role model remix portrait assignment. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to search the internet for a picture of our role model. Now this is very important. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to search for your role model's name plus the words close up. You do not want the whole body, you just want a close up on the person's face. For my role model remix, I chose the artist Lizzo. I really like her music. I really like what she does in terms of body positivity and loving yourself, and I just really like her message. She's somebody that I look up to, so I'm going to go ahead and use her for my portrait. I'm going to look around until I find one that I like. You kind of want a nice, crisp image. Don't want any like extra things in the way like hands. And I think I'm gonna go for this one here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a 2-finger click like we've done before, and I'm gonna do a save image as. I'm gonna save this image to my desktop or to my Chrome, my drive, okay? You're going to want to do that because we're going to put this in a special program. We're going to go to Canva. You're going to do new from image. You're going to look around your desktop for that picture. And this is my one from earlier, but that's okay. Here's my picture, and it's going to start me a file with that picture in, because we're going to be sort of doing a little bit of tracing before we go ahead and add some color here. Now on the side, I like this program because there's not a whole lot of different tools. There's a pencil, there's a pen, there's a marker, there's a piece of chalk, and there's an eraser. Pretty simple. I'm going to stick with the pencil. I'm going to stick with the color black for right now, even though there's tons of colors for me to choose from. And I'm going to keep my opacity up, which just means how see-through or not see-through the tool is. And I'm going to do, not that big, not that small, somewhere maybe around here. Okay, there we go. I'm set up and ready to go. Up in the right corner, there's something called layers. Your picture should be on its own layer, and you should have another layer on top that you're going to do the tracing on in case you mess up. Okay, I'll show you why that's important in a second. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start carefully tracing around all of the facial features. Here we go, facial features. I'm going to take my time, go slow, take breaks when I need to so that my hand doesn't bother me. But I think I should be able to do this pretty quickly. When I say quickly, maybe 5-10 minutes it should take you to do this, okay? I'm looking for sort of the edges, the creases, the details of the face that I would need to pick up in order to make my trace look like the person that I'm tracing. I don't need to get every single little detail in, but I do want to get most of the big ones in at this stage, okay? So I've already started one before this. I already did all of my tracing, so I'm going to go ahead and head to that one now so that you don't have to sit here and watch me for 10 minutes trace this picture of Lizzo. You can see my finished work here for a little sneak peek, but here is my picture. I can hide her, and here was my tracing. So that's how my tracing came out after I traced all of the different pieces and details on her face. So I hid my picture so I could check my details. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I ended up at this finished picture here. I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to add that layer, make sure that it's above my outline layer, and this is going to be my color layer, okay? So far I've got a picture layer, I've got my trace layer, and this will be my color layer. Ignore my finished one. I didn't want to delete it because I really liked it, okay? But let me show you what I'm doing here. Make sure I'm on this blank layer that I'm going to use for coloring. And I'm going to start experimenting with the colors, you guys. I mean, there's no really right or wrong way to go about this. I'm just going to start kind of laying in some color from that color scheme that I chose. I chose green, yellow, orange, and purple. So I'm going to start grabbing some of those colors. Maybe I'm going to experiment with some of the other tools, and I'm going to start layering in that color. Check my opacity was down a little bit. Maybe my size can come up a little bit. I'm going to start layering in that color, okay? What I love about this program is it actually looks like art supplies, and I can do some really cool things. Like I can add one layer of color, then I could go back with a different tool and a darker version of that color and go back and maybe add some like beautiful textures to her hair. She's got these beautiful curls that I might want to try to accomplish here. I might have to try a couple things out until I'm sort of happy with the way that's looking, the marks that I'm making. Maybe I go back and add some highlighted areas with some other colors. Mess with the size of things, mess with how opaque it is. What could you do here to really give your portrait a lot of special detail? We're not going for realistic colors here. We are going for a 3-color color scheme, okay? So one more time, the order of operations here, see if I can get this video done before my computer dies, is get your picture from the internet, put it into this Chrome Canvas drawing app, trace over that with just a regular black pencil, kind of skinny, add a new layer, and start adding color. The more and more you experiment and the more and more you try, the more and more you layer up and add details, the happier you're going to be at the end. I'm pretty happy with sort of my homage to Lizzo here. Okay? Go ahead and get started. Let me know if you're having any trouble.